Welcome to The Worthy Woman, a podcast for the intuitive, ambitious woman who's ready to regulate her nervous system, reconnect with her body, and rise to the next level of success, health, and purpose. I'm your host, Jo, manual osteopath, holistic coach, and nervous system guide, here to walk with you as you heal from the inside out and create a life and a business that actually feels good. On this podcast, we explore the connection between your body, emotions, subconscious patterns, and your ability to lead, create, and live from your worth. Let's get into today's episode. Welcome back to The Worthy Woman. My name is Johanna. Welcome to the podcast if you are new here. And welcome if you're returning. Can't forget about you guys. So today we're talking about busyness versus productivity. And I think this is such an interesting topic. And I love how this topic ties into the nervous system and energy. And yeah, we're going to dive on into it. So busyness versus productivity. This is a big piece in business. And I don't know about you, but over the years, for me and myself, this is something I will say struggle with. I think a lot of people struggle with it because we feel like there's all these things we have to do, but it's like, is it really productive? You know, does it like need to get done? And I want to talk about productivity also from a different lens. So let's kind of dive into things. So with regards to busyness, a lot of people are busy, right? We're all busy little bees running around everywhere, whether that's in our businesses, our lives, our families, whatever. We are running around like chickens with our heads cut off, right? And we're stressed because we're busy, right? It's even like, oh, how's your day? Oh, it was busy. You know, like we're always just like, it was busy, right? It's like a thing. I don't know if it's like, we like in this Western world, it's like we wear it as like a badge of honor. It's like the weirdest thing. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, I would like to not be busy, you know? Like I love just having a day where I've got nothing planned and I can just do whatever the fuck I want. So, and now I don't have children. So I know I'm like speaking, if you have children, I'm sorry. And I know my days, I do plan on, and I would like to have children one day. So I know my days are limited with that. So I got to enjoy it while I can, right? But it's so nice to have a day where you're just like, if I want to clean the house, I'll clean the house. If I want to read a book, I'll read a book. If I want to do some crochet, I'll crochet. If I want to learn something about my business, I'm going to learn something about my business. You know, if I want to go with my niece and my nephew to a park and have fun and hang out and have family time and not feel like, oh, I got to get this thing done. There's a deadline, right? I want to be able to enjoy my life, and I want to be able to like have moments where I live my life and also live my business. So I don't know if you resonate with that, but hopefully you do if you're here. So there's this busyness that we all have. Now, I would argue, and maybe you can see this in your own life or other people's lives of people around you, we are busy, but we're not very productive at times, right? Sometimes a lot of us are doing a lot of like busy work. We're keeping ourselves busy. But at the end of the day, it's not really maybe moving the needle forward, or it's not really a true priority, right? And so we see this a lot. I'm going to use the example of like people who work a 9 to 5. And this is not me bashing the 9 to 5. It's actually more so me bashing the, like the industry in the sense of like how they've set it up, right? And this like kind of societal piece to it. So if you have a 9 to 5 and you love 9 to 5s, like you do your thing, you know? I think everyone has their idea of what is fun to kind of make money. I don't believe everyone's built to be an entrepreneur. But there's kind of like this sense of like, okay, well, we work 9 to 5 and there's this expectation that you show up at 9 and you leave at 5. And you need to be doing something for those whole 8 hours. Now, there are some people who need more hours in a day to get their things done because they're realistically probably working 2 people's jobs in one day. But there's a lot of people that work a 9 to 5 and they're like, yeah, I could probably get it done in 6 hours instead of 8, or 4 hours instead of 8, or maybe one day they need the full 8 hours and then another day they only need a half day. But the expectation is that they're there from 9 to 5. So what do? They just space, their projects out, make themselves look busy, maybe scroll on their phone, whatever. Depends if they're working from home. I think this is why a lot of people like working from home, because it allows them to use some of this free time that they kind of have. They can throw a load of laundry in and still keep up with their work, and nobody really notices, you know? So there's a difference between being busy and being productive. Being productive means that you are getting very specific tasks done that are moving the needle forward in some sort of project, financial way, moving your business forward, like progressing you or your business, right? So think of it like this. Like a lot of the workforce is built off of the 9 to 5, right? 40-hour work weeks because of factories. Okay, that's where it all originated from, was factories. And in a factory, it's very different because you are productive the whole time. Well, I shouldn't say that. If the line goes down or the machines need to be fixed or something like that, then you can have downtime. Then you're not really being productive. You're kind of getting paid to do nothing. However, a lot of them will use those times to like clean and kind of like, organize things a little bit. But in factories, when you work, if everything's moving and running smoothly, you're building, or, whether it's cookies or a car or some plastic thing, whatever, you are working on a line and you're continually doing something, and it's productive because you're making the company X amount of numbered of items per day, right? Everybody is in the factory. When it comes to like offices and stuff like that, you don't really have that. Like everyone's working to a common goal, but it's not like an assembly line. we'll put it that way. And so there's productivity that's tied to factory jobs that we don't necessarily have in like business or in, just regular, we'll say office jobs. And even like construction jobs and things like that, right? Like there's downtime. And again, I'm going to go to a different element of productivity and like what that is. But are we busy or are we productive? And those are two different things. And so when it comes to our business, I want you to ask yourself, are you just keeping yourself busy? Or are you actually being productive? Are the things that you're doing every day in your business, are they actually moving things forward? We see this a lot with like procrastination or avoidance of certain tasks where it's like, oh, I'm just going to work on this thing, like my website over here. Meanwhile, you have a whole offer that you need to be creating so you can actually make some money, right? Or it's like, oh, I'm going to work on my website a little bit more. It's just like not perfect, but I'm also not going to like sell my offer online or in public or wherever you would sell it, right? So sometimes we can look busy in order to avoid the thing that we're maybe scared to do or afraid to do. This a lot of times is because of a block or a fear that we have towards receiving or towards being seen and being successful in our business, right? And there's this sense of, when it comes to productivity, we think we need to be doing something all the time. You can be productive in an hour. Like those mornings, my boyfriend and I have this sometimes where it's like, we go out for the day and we like knock this off the list, this off the list, this off the list. And it's like, bam, bam, bam. It's like you get it all done. It's like super quick, super fast. And then you get home, you're like, holy shit, we did a lot. Like that was great. And you're like, now we get to go home. We just get to chill. And it's like, it feels so productive. Because you're like, you got in, you got out, you did the thing, you got out, you did the next thing, you got out, and moved on. We need to think of our businesses that way too, right? We don't need to be busy all day. If you can get your work done in 2 hours, why would you not get your work done in 2 hours and have the rest of the day to do whatever you want to do? Instead, we think that we should have to work all day. That we should have to like, oh, if I'm running a business, I should be working constantly. And if you have this thought, you have a belief that needs to be rewired, right? You have a belief that I have to work hard in order to make money, or I have to work hard in order to be successful. And the catch here is that working hard doesn't mean that you're busy all the time. Working hard just means you put effort into something, right? You worked hard on that project. You put effort into that project. You put time, you put energy. your blood, sweat, and tears, yes, into it, but that doesn't mean it had to kill you. That doesn't mean that it had to take up your entire life. And so we can do things in a short amount of time and be productive and work hard at them in a short amount of time and then have time off. And it sounds really easy. And you might have already been trying to create this for yourself. But if you're struggling to do that, it's because you have a subconscious belief that's getting in the way from you making that a reality. There's also these weird kind of like phenomenons that like, if we have space, we're going to fill it. Right? We naturally do that as a species where it's like, oh, if there's more lanes on the highway, more people go on the highway. And so we do that with our time during our day. It's like, oh, if we have more time, we're going to fill it. Now, where I want you to reframe productivity, and this is the other lens to view it from, is like, what is productivity? Productivity is working towards a goal, working towards an end result. And what we can look at, and I had mentioned this, I think I posted it on Threads maybe, that rest is just as productive as taking action on something. They just have different goals. Rest can be productive. If your goal is to rest and you're resting, you're being productive. And if anything, that rest, if you're like, okay, my goal is to rest because if I rest, I'm going to get this. I'm going to have more energy, more creativity, more, or like even less stress, right? Like if I rest more, I'm going to have less stress, which means my relationships are going to be better. My business is going to be better, right? Everything's going to thrive if I feel better. So I'm going to rest. That's being productive. And that is going to make you more productive in the times where you take action on your business or do things in your life, because you're going to have the capacity, the energy, the nervous system to be able to do so. So what does it mean to be productive? It means that you are working towards a goal and taking structured, well, not necessarily structured, but you're taking actions in a way that get you to that result. Your action to rest would be taking a nap, reading a book, going for a walk, like whatever. But we need to implement those things into our life, if that makes sense. So are you busy or are you productive? And if you're busy and not maybe as productive, how can you look at your list of things that you're doing that are keeping you busy? And how can you maybe reprioritize them? And maybe also look at, what am I avoiding? What am I avoiding when I'm busy? What am I avoiding? Am I avoiding a task? Am I avoiding a feeling? Am I avoiding a conversation? Because that can be part of it too. We're keeping ourselves busy because then we have to face what happens when we rest. A lot of times when we rest and we start to get restless because it's like, oh, I've had too much time off or I've had too much space. What's coming up is a feeling and emotion that you're uncomfortable with. Something's coming up to be expressed. And we get uncomfortable with that because we don't know what to do with it a lot of times, right? So you get these I almost said itchy, but you get like agitated kind of, like you're like, oh, I just got to move. I just got to get up and do something. And people start pacing and they start like, that is your body. Like, something's coming up for me right now and I need to process it. And instead of processing it, we go right back into work. And probably what you need to do in that moment is actually move your body. Like go for a walk, stretch, exercise, get it out. It's in those moments where like your emotions want to be emoted, they want to be felt, they want to be processed, and we can do that through movement. And it doesn't have to be crazy, but it can literally just be like, I literally just wanted, sorry, I just got sidetracked, but it literally could just be that you just need to move your body in some sort of gentle way. It could be a walk, it could be a stretch, it doesn't have to be a hardcore workout. So if you're busy, what are you avoiding? what needs to be reprioritized so that you can be more productive and you can start doing more income producing activities, things that are actually going to move the needle forward in your business, that are actually going to help you make money. A lot of times we do things, and maybe there's stuff that you're busy with that you could delegate, get someone else to do it. I know that costs money, but maybe it's even something in your life. Like maybe you're like, oh, I'm like okay with my business, but I just like, no one's doing the laundry, no one's getting me groceries, no one's whatever. It's like, can you ask someone to help you out? Can you order it and pick it up instead? Like, what can we do to not have our business and our life so busy, but still be productive and still get things done and still move the needle forward in things, right? So interesting comparison between the two, because I think we need to kind of like, and I do this every few months where I'm like, do I really need to do this stuff? Like, is this really working? Is this really helping? Right? We kind of have to like reevaluate, where we're putting our time and our energy, and that's going to save our time and our energy, right? So we have to kind of reflect again, are we just doing busy work, or are we actually being productive with our time and our energy? And again, you can be productive with rest as well. So hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to message me on Instagram, or you can, if you're on like Substack or YouTube with this, feel free to comment something down below, a question or what have you. For those of you who are not on my Substack, make sure that you join us there. We are, basically this is going to be a space where I share most of my content, my longer form content, to help you kind of navigate your business and that sort of thing. And it's going to go straight to your email inbox, which is perfect, right? It's just easy to access. So, and you get notified, so then you know when things are actually up. So if you want to get on there, make sure you join us on Substack. And then, I do have spaces open for the Business Energetic Breakthrough Bundle. So if you are wanting to work with me there over 6 weeks, it's a 1-to-1 3 sessions over 6 weeks, where we work on your business, where we look at the nervous system, energetic, and subconscious side of things. And we do some coaching as well as mixing in energetic work with the Reiki, as well as subconscious tools and rewiring. So if you're interested in that and you have very specific goals that you're trying to obtain, or you're also trying to get over certain blocks in your business, that's going to be a great resource for you. So make sure you check that out. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for being here as always, and I will see you guys in the next episode.